Welcome to the channel, viewers. Let's see what's going on in the world of lost AWOL women. Apparently this woman has been taken on a $10,000 first date. I don't know, I think there's some ego stroking going on here.
And he spent $10,000 on our first date. Well, let me start by saying I'm kind of a private person and I don't really share my dating stories with many people. So,
well, she's not anymore, is she? She's putting it all out there now. So that's just a cover-up statement.
There are a few I'm willing to share, and this is a good one. So let's start the dating series with the one where he spent $10,000 on our first date.
And the reason why she's sharing it, guys, is because it's a complete ego stroke. How much of it's going to be true or not, I don't know. I wouldn't, you know, if you took this bird out on a first date, I'd make her pay for it herself. I wouldn't be spending $10,000 on someone I didn't know. So obviously there's something either, I'm going to say dead set untrue about what she's saying, or this guy's an absolute nutcase.
Let me also start by saying I have been divorced 3.5 years. He moved out 6 months before that, so I've been alone for about 4 years.
Now, she'll say she's alone, but she would have had men come and go in between. You can see by the way she's playing with her hair, she loves herself quite a lot. The way she's talking, she wants the attention on her, but you know, you have to be a simp to see that this person hasn't got trouble written all over her.
This date happened, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 years ago, but it's been a hot minute.
Okay, so it mustn't have been you know, if you can't remember if a date happened 1 or 2 years ago, there's something not right about that. There's something missing about that statement, because if you got taken on a $10,000 date, you'd never forget it, whether it went good or bad. Would you agree with that, editor? Yeah.
So obviously it doesn't end well.
A lot of these trailers are full of crap. Absolute
but
crap.
I have been on and off the dating apps for a little while, obviously. How else do you meet people when you're 40? So I met this guy on the dating app and we start chatting right away, and he says, well, unfortunately I'm not from here, and
what does that mean? If unfortunately I'm not from here, well, where are you from? Alpha Centauri?
Leave to go back home tomorrow. He had come into my state, into Utah, to go skiing. He took his sister and her kids skiing here. And of course he was leaving the next day.
You know, just watching this woman speak and the way she's, of her mannerisms, I don't know if I can carry on with, this is just, there's something about these people that irritate me, because they're on a carousel that's going round and round. They're no different to a mannequin in a shop front that gets dressed in different clothes each day by the shop that's running it, or each week. They've got no value whatsoever. I don't care what anyone says. If you're only measured by your value to build a long-term monogamous relationship. These people don't want to do that. They're playing around with their lives and everybody else's. And the monotony of the way they speak, it's just unbelievable. No.
In my mind, it was kind of like, wah, wah, oh well. He wanted to keep chatting.
Can you see the self-importance in the way this person's talking? No, it's just, you know, I'm going to say it's serial narcissism, because they end up on their own because they narcissize the opportunities that they have to build things. They pull it apart. They devalue it. That's what narcissism is.
Oh, we kept talking and we would text, and then he eventually wanted to FaceTime, and so I would FaceTime with him.
Can you see how much this woman loves herself? There's nothing attractive about her body language at all.
Talk on the phone and just kind of get to know each other. But in my head, it's like, well, this is kind of pointless. You know, he lives in another state. How would that ever work? And I also then was like, well, I hear a lot of people actually trying to date people from another state because, let's be honest, they call it Small Lake City here instead of Salt Lake City. It's Small Lake City because everybody's dated everybody, and this single dating scene here is kind of really dumb.
Okay, so there you go. Everybody's dated everybody. The singles thing is kind of dumb, but she's in it, isn't she? She's probably had every opportunity to meet somebody that could have suited her. She would have squandered it. She would have egoed her way out of it. This woman's in love with herself. And no man's going to be able to compete with that. You cannot get past these covert asexual females.
So I thought, okay, why not talk to someone from another state, just see what happens. So eventually got to the point where he kept saying, I want to fly you out here, I want to meet you.
So can you see, okay, she's just going to do it for the sake of it. So can you see the desperateness underneath all that? She's got 1,000 million options on her doorstep. She doesn't really want to date anybody that's long distance. Contrary to what she's saying, now she's entertaining it.
And I would kind of like joke around, like, yeah, fly me out there, that'd be fun. Like, not ever really thinking anything of it. He kept saying it, and I eventually was like, okay, I think he really wants to, because then he started talking about certain dates, and I was like, okay, I gotta
Okay, so listen, this woman's just leading this guy along to see how far it'll go to her advantage. There's no intention of building a relationship. There's no intention of having any value for this man. What you've got to understand, I keep saying it, you are zero value on these dating sites. Zero. Every time you change and swap and all this, you're returning to zero minus, right? You're living in a relationship debt. A relationship debt. You're in debit. These people have no value for you.
Figure out if this is safe. So I have a good friend, Amy.
And not only that, sorry, let me just say, they got no value for themselves either.
And I tell Amy everything, and I went to Amy and I said, Amy, he wants to fly me out there. Is this safe or is that completely dumb? Oh, she says, let me think about it. And she was talking to the guy.
These are women over 40. She's trying to work out whether being flown to wherever this guy wants to fly her, she's going to play, as it were, Russian roulette. And women are opportunists, so she's going to take the opportunity. Either way, whether a friend says yes or no, she's going to go. Guy
she was dating to see what he thought. And
these are adult women, right? They're asking people that probably haven't got a clue about things that they should know immediately or not. If you don't know somebody and you've got doubts about it, you don't jump on an aeroplane and go flying off, whether you're with your friend or not.
And she said, Katie, I think it's okay if you go meet him, but you're not going alone. She said, I'm going to go with you. You tell him.
Okay, so the bloke on the other end that's asked her to go, she's bringing a friend on the other hand. You say, no, you're not bringing your friend, I'm flying you out. Now you're either going to come on your own or you're not coming at all. And then you move on, but not this bloke.
I'm coming. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, because Amy is a safe place for me. She can read me very well. She knows when I'm uncomfortable. And anyway, she would be a great person to come along.
Okay, so this is so out of order and so immature. These people are supposed to be adults. They're like little children. It's so bloody stupid.
Back to him and I said, okay, I'll come, but I need Amy to come with me. And
at that point I would have said, forget it.
He said, okay, that's fine. And so he started looking at tickets, and he was going to book us tickets and get us a hotel. He was going to get it in, was it St. Petersburg, Florida? And he had lived like an hour away. So he was going to get 2 rooms at this hotel in St. Petersburg, and he was going to take care of everything. Now, let me say, I'm not dumb or naive, and I know what a lot.
Well, you must be, because you're consulting your friends, you're this, that, and all the other. You're taking your friend, you're going on something you're not comfortable with. You've got no intention of building a relationship with this person. You're just an opportunist, and you are naive.
A lot of men want, and I wasn't gonna fly out there not having a discussion, letting him know that I'm not that type of girl, and I'm not flying out there to give him what he wants, if that's what he was wanting.
Well, the thing is, that's all bull crap. Absolute bull crap. Because if she met the right bloke, she would put out immediately. She's just taken opportunity here, and this bloke should never have entertained it.
So I was very clear in that conversation, because I wasn't going to fly out there and him expect anything from me.
Right, so this is all, to me, there's something not adding up here. Because no man would fly a Sheila out at this kind of value level, right, without any intention, all right? You just don't, something's not adding up with this story. She's not that good. A sexual marketplace value is not that high. Men of that caliber just won't fly people around like that. I think she's just trying to stroke her ego on this TikTok.
And he kept saying, no, I'm a good guy. I don't expect anything from you. I just want to meet you and have a good time and just relax at the hotel. He's a businessman. He was, I think, a land developer, and he was always working. Every time I talked to him, he was working. I don't think he'd ever been married, didn't have any kids. So his life was work. And he's like, I just want to just have a good weekend. He books the tickets, and he gets one for me, and he gets one for Amy, and he tells us the airline, and he gets the hotel, and he sends us the reservations for the hotel, and he is...
You know what, guys, I'm going to stop this video here. I saw the second part of this video, and apparently this guy gets them there, and he's, you know, trying to get them drunk so he can get in her pants, and then all of a sudden she says to the friend, you can have him, and then there's this confusion about who's going to have who. And look, honestly, it's like a Mills and Boon, failed version of Mills and Boon romance novel. And look, when you listen to a few of these women, after a while, you got to say, you think to yourself, are they making this crap up? Who would fly a Sheila? She's not even that good looking. Across to wherever for 10, she reckons 10,000. This is, you know what? It's the biggest load of crap I've ever heard. It's the biggest load of crap I've ever heard. I wouldn't give her a bus ticket to the fucking shopping centre to go and get food. No. Well, look, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I've heard enough of this crap for one day. I'll catch you on the next one. Don't be fooled by these egotistical, asexual Sheilas that are that far up themselves. Nobody's even going to be able to get through past their ego. Come on, guys, wake up. I'll catch you on the next one.